With me radio every Tuesday from 8 to 10. More like 8:15, 8:20, 8:30 to 10. Welcome to WVMR Radio. Make sure y'all tune in, download the app WVMR NY. Or go to the website WVMradio.net. I sound so appealing. Loners. Shout out downtown Brooklyn. Shout out Whitehall. Shout out Guam.
Tell me why would you think I need you, girl? Tell me why would you think I? Tell me why would you think I need you, girl? Tell me why would you think I? Tell me why would you think I?
You got the whole gallon of apple juice in the building. Your boss, you want some?
Flex up, time to rock right now.
You got a box for real?
Time to rock section.
Yo, Christmas coming up, we got a bunch of station.
Girl, you never make a lonely boy sweat you.
Yeah, I'm about to say, that's the emergency only. Hit the glass on that. Word. Yo, I got a very special guest with me today. Just came from Italy, doing big things. Doing big things for Washington.
All we do is fighting, no one winning. Girl, you know
got a lot to talk about.
Maybe one day I can say I do.
It'll be a discussion. There's a lot of artists in the building coming later.
Baby girl, yeah, don't take me for granted. I just feel it won't work as we planned it. Call me in the future and put me in the spotlight. Man, I have to get my mind right. I mean, after lust, we have trust. With no trust, there's no us. So tell me what you gon' do. Show me, girl, and I'll show you. Be mine like you supposed to. Girl, I won't hold. Flex up, time to have sex. Flex up, time to rock regular. Flex up, time to have sex. And girl, you never make a loner boy sweat you. Girl, you never make a loner boy sweat you. Tell me why would you think I chase you, girl? Tell me why would you think I didn't think I could replace you, girl? Tell me why would you think I? And girl, you used to be my favorite. Now you out here acting basic. And like a L, I have to face it. Don't got time for time wasted.
Not by myself, but I'm by myself tonight.
I kinda wish we could finish what we started. Oh yeah, girl. Sometimes
most of my amazing co-hosts couldn't make it this evening.
And girl, we planted seeds to
sick, I'm picking up the extra shift. That's how life moves.
Tell me why would you think I need you?
Once again, you're now listening to the loners.
Tell me why would you think I need you?
Why would you think I need you, girl?
Tell me why would you think I need you? Tell me why would you think I? Tell me why would you think I?
Yeah, this song made me want to hit.
Flex up, time to have sex. Flex up, time to rock regular. Flex up,
it's Tuesday. Life been hectic.
And girl, you never make a
I ain't got no cut. That's when you know life been rough. I ain't got no cut. Now y'all can tell I'm Dominican, right? See the curls in there. That's when they know I'm Dominican. The hair growing, forehead booming. That's wild. We live on the Facebook. Tune in. Yo, share. Send your people to come in watching. We're about to have a dope show. We got a special guest. Just arrived off the plane from Italy. He got a lot to talk about. We going global. Welcome to the WVMR Radio. Make sure y'all download the app WVMR NY or go to the website WVMradio.net. It's me by myself, so somebody please call in. Let's have a conversation. It's 646-867-7220. Let's get crazy. Damn,
America's nightmare becomes America's truth.
That's my little cousin Leilani. Yo, Leilani, get live. Sure you listening. They think we don't support. We here supporting.
Young girl, big dreams, little fish, big sea, pushing through the waves, coming at me. Cause them haters always throwing shade at me, and they gon' hate regardless, posing like they heartless. All I do is pray for them cause they living godless. Holy water sprayed on them, bless them all regardless. Cause I'm fucking goddess. My fucking conscience keeps telling me be modest. They Lonnie, please be modest. They wanna know about it. And don't you let it show, cause they already know. Your girl always honest, keep it 100. Bitches stressing over flexing cause you got nothing. Facebook famous bitches, y'all be the lamest bitches. Face full of makeup, but empty brain bitches. Y'all souls drain bitches. Hold up, let me get a breath though.
Tune in for a shout out.
Hitting my throat.
Comment for a shout out.
Yeah, I feel it up in my soul. Let me sip your Arizona, ho. See, I used to think what I wouldn't give for a moment like this. This moment, this gift. See, I used to think what I wouldn't give for a moment like this. This moment, this gift. I don't even wanna talk about it. Would never waste my breath talking about you. But could you ever do the same without you? Could ever go a day without you? Talking about me and putting dirt on my name. I'ma stay the same. I'ma stay flaming on y'all bitches hating. Stay trying to degrade me cause y'all low-key lames and wind be blowing through my mane. You see my natural waves. Horsehair bitches hate me. I ain't trying to throw shade. It just come easy when they observing me. They see a difference in me. Now they ain't trying to behave. Went out they way to build my casket, and they ain't gon' stop trying to kill my passion. And this goes out to all the jealous bitches, hey. And this goes out to all they niggas wanting me. I know you want it, but you never gon' get it. You never good, no you never good. To all the niggas asking why I never call. To all the bitches hating on me from afar. I know you want it, but you never gon' get it. You never good, no you never good. See, I used to think what I wouldn't give for a moment like this. This moment, this gift. See, I used to think what wouldn't I give for a moment like this. This moment, this gift. Now look at me and this opportunity is standing right in front of me. One thing I know, it's only part luck and so I'm putting on my best show under the spotlight. I'm starting my life. Big dreams becoming real tonight. So look at me and this opportunity. You witnessing my moment, you see. My big opportunity.
Gotta show the family love, man. That was my cousin, Lady Nani. That's the Brooklyn Annie remix. Enough of the fooling around. It's 8:29. Y'all now tuned in to Say What You Mean Radio on the WVMO. Make sure y'all download the app. We trying to get them listeners up, you know what I'm saying? We trying to be lit on here. WVMO NY. Or y'all can go to the website, WVMradio.net. We got Ustream. We got TuneIn. We on all major platforms. We everywhere we need to be. So make sure y'all tune in. Y'all get that any way possible. There's no need for excuses. We done with excuses. That shit is whack. Oh, shit. That's some shit. I ain't even going to put y'all on the. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to curse. Let's get to politics. Nah. We got a special guest in the building. Want him to introduce himself. Live from Italy. State your name.
Jay.
Yeah, bring the mic up, bro.
Oh, yeah.
That's looking crazy.
Oh, man, it's one of my first times on the radio, man. I'm J.R. Zoo. What's good, y'all?
All right, man. So, I keep mentioning you was in Italy. What you was doing out there?
Yeah, man. So I was out there studying for my Master's of Public Administration.
Got that in 15 months. Was also a U.S. Fulbrighter, so I was out there being a cultural ambassador for the U.S. It's quite the honor, to get come out from the hood and really be able to be go to another place and people look at So it was a very interesting. It was a very interesting program. It was very eye opening, being a person of color in Europe. Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna get to that. What is the Fulbright that you mentioned?
Yeah, so it's a program that's run by, it's in partnership with the U.S. State Department, and it gives you the opportunity to create a grant, and you basically get to study in one of the grant countries. It could be somewhere in Africa, a developing country somewhere, and you can go out there and put in work and you have your own project, man. And we definitely need to get more bodies of color in this program, bring some different perspective in there. So I definitely encourage listeners out there, apply for U.S. Fulbright grant, do your thing, get out there, try to give back.
Do you have to go to college to get the Fulbright?
Oh yeah, you do. You have to have an undergraduate degree.
Okay.
Yeah. So for y'all who got the undergraduate degree, or even some of y'all who there may be some younger viewers, check out the Fulbright in the future. Apply, do your thing. It's a worthy opportunity. It's a blessed opportunity.
Okay, so now going back to your experience, I don't know if there was a difference, but if there was, so there's a difference between your experience being in Europe as an American and then being a black man.
Yeah, no, it's real. It's real. What I would say is that it depends on what country you're in Europe as well. I had a friend of mine come visit, from the States, person of color, at the time, I had a large beard. He had a large beard, beard game, let's go. And, he went to go visit Florence for a day, and he hopped off the train, and the Italian police got on him right away. It was like asking him where you from and whatnot. Handed them the passport, and they were like, "Nah, this is fake. You're not American." And he's just like, "Wait, what?" Like, it's a very odd experience. And then there was another time, I myself was here during the time. Was in Amsterdam with my boys, two of my boys, one Indian, my other boy from the States, and we were just walking, and from the most part, what I would say is that the police in the Netherlands, they're chill. They don't really press anybody from what I've seen, but they stopped me and my boys. We was about to go get something to eat, and they stopped us, and they were like, I assume it was because all three of us had beards. It was winter, but there's a thing about beards in Europe that I feel like you have to have your beard shaved a little lower, just a little bit. It's not like in the States you could be beard game anywhere, I feel, but in Europe you got to chill a little bit because people might get the wrong idea, and they might look at you a little closer, so. How
do you handle situations like that?
Well, like for me, I try to take in perspective, man, because I went being a Fulbrighter, I went to different conferences and things in Italy, and I went to a woman in business conference, and they spoke for about half an hour, 45 minutes, and what I noticed is that they didn't really speak about other disadvantaged groups or minority groups in Italy. And anyone who's been to Italy, anyone who's been to the south of Italy and even Rome knows that there are a lot of African people in Italy. Some that have been there 50, 60 years. And, I asked the question. I asked, okay, what about, all due respect, I see you guys are successful. How about the next generation of Italians that are going to be a little bit more multicultural than this current group? How would you handle that? And a lot of them pointed to the color blindness scheme that that we tried to practice in the 1990s. We all know how that ended up in the U.S.
How did it end up?
Not good. I think recognizing is the first step of anything.
Yeah, amen.
You got to recognize first. You got to recognize what's going on. You got to acknowledge it and figure out ways to collaborate to move past these things. But I feel like there was only one person out of the 5 women up there that acknowledged that, yeah, there's a massive problem. We need to start thinking about people of color, in Italy, and women, Italian women that are people of color. coming up in the system. So it was different, man. Like, it's different. European countries have different takes on it. You know, I would say is that it was just very eye opening because of the refugee and immigration situation that was taking place at the same time. I had a few friends of mine that were studying that while, you know, who were Fulbrights as well, and they were in the south of Italy. They were in Rome studying, working with refugees. You know, I had a friend of mine that was working with a refugee that actually, you know, knew how to do crafts and make dresses and shirts and everything. And, you know, I think she worked out of NYU. She partnered up with him. Now they making shirts. Their shirts are fly. Like, I wish if I had a picture, I would have definitely let you see that. I would love to put her on, like, maybe next time.
Give her a shout out. You showing you on Instagram or anything like that?
Ah, man, I need to look that up.
What's
I need
her
to be
name?
ready. Damn, I look. Damn, I don't even have my phone on me.
Be prepared,
I gotta be prepared. It's my first time, guys. You know. Next time.
Good. So we jumped right into it. Gave him a little lot. Like, once again, this is our guest for tonight. Say what you mean, guest. Jay Arzu. Where are you coming from?
The BX, baby. BX, the boogie down, man.
I want to talk about the Bronx. How you feel about it? Let's talk about as far as the movements of the urban planning that's taking place as far as in the Bronx and just in New York City as a whole, because you already know how they affected my area.
Well, you know, just for someone who studied this, man, New York City, New York State, we're not competitive. We're not competing against global powers, moving our economy. We're not doing these things. I feel like if we want to talk about the urban planning, you know, we need to talk about the fact that the MTA and just mass transit in New York City and even in our region is dilapidated. There's nothing short of the word. You know, I just came out of the Port Authority.
Excuse me, sorry. Dilapidated. Break that down, bro.
Dilapidated. Well, literally, you just said it yourself. Broken down, not working properly, not functioning to the best of its abilities. Our subway system's working with 100-year-old technology. Okay. You know, like we're not doing it right now. You know, like if you want to make New York City, New Yorkers happier, we need to get our mass transit system working. We need to get people to work on time with less stress. And, you know, we got to do what we got to do to make that happen. And the fact is that there's an organization that has come up with recommendations. I've shared this with Mr. Alexander, an organization, the Regional Planning Association, the RPA. They already came out with ideas of what the city and the region needs to do to be competitive, where we need to add green space, what mass transit, you know, things need to be funded. Like I was talking to Mr. Alexander today, like the fact that Utica Avenue doesn't have a subway, the fact that Nostrand Avenue, you know, past Brooklyn College doesn't have a subway. Everyone knows how crowded it is around there. There should have been a subway built there 50 years ago.
Fact.
You know. So, you know, there's things to be done. We want to talk about how we get people to work and how we get people to, you know, jobs. Let's build our system up. Let's make sure it works. You know, we're not doing that right now, man. We spending money on, you know, on what, $3 billion. Well, how much was that train station, the World Trade Center station? What, $3 billion, maybe more? You know, we're not spending efficiently. We're not moving people fast. Yeah, it looks nice. You know, I'm a big Santiago Calatrava fan. You know, shouts out to Santiago Calatrava, Spain on deck, whatever.
Talking about who is that?
Oh, he's the architect who built it.
Yeah, just for those who know. I know that. Yeah, but just for those who ain't know.
But we need to be better, man. Like, if we want New York City to be better, if we want to compete, keep jobs here, grow more jobs, get people here to create new jobs, our system has to work, and it is failing us. It's failing us all day.
Like, who's doing better than New York, though?
No, that's the thing, is that New York is winning off of the fact that we're New York. Mm-hmm. We need to do better. I'm saying New York we have to have, imagine New York, we have the best transportation system in the world. If we could say, like, we move the people as fast as possible, get people around faster, we have apps we can go on right away, know when this train is coming, when I can transfer to here, have different options to get into work, what's going to get me there within 5-minute intervals. This exists, in other countries.
Yeah.
You know, especially you go to European capitals, you're just like, you know, you take their commuter rail system and you look at the Metro North and the LIRR and the NJ Trans, and you're like, what the fuck are we doing?
Facts.
What are we doing? Like
Congested.
it's just bad. You know, we have to do better, man. Like, you know, the potential's here, and that's what gives me hope. Is that, you know, the potential's here. You know, we have amazing universities. We have a lot of things that we can improve on and make better. You know, but also we got to go back to affordability. Mm-hmm. Going back to, you know, speaking about the Bronx, affordability, you know, shouts out to all my people who's fighting the good fight for the Jerome Avenue rezoning.
Amen.
In the Bronx, you know, the community has to come first, man. You know.
Yo, what about nature?
Oh, man. Damn, man, you trying to keep me here for hours, bro. You know, I just, you know, when it comes to public housing, then, you know, I really...
The people got to know, man.
No, the people got to know, man, but I honestly think NYCHA has their hands tied behind their back. You know, I'm not saying that they couldn't do a better job. I'm saying their hands are tied behind their back. There needs to be more federal dollars. You know, I feel like the federal government has all but given up on public housing. New York City is the last of the Mohicans when it comes to public housing. You know, a lot of, you know, the bigger cities have torn them out, replaced it, had the Hope 8 grants in the 90s from Bill Clinton to replace, you know, housing with, you know, mixed income, you know, neighborhoods. And, you know, we all know what that meant. You know, we all know what that meant. If you don't know what that means, you know, they came in with the Hope 1 grants, told people, hey, move out these public housing. We're going to replace it with a mixed income neighborhood. And then we'll move you guys in, but with certain speculations. And 8 out of 10 times, more than likely, they didn't move the people back. They became mixed income housing, and the demographics of the neighborhood changed. You know, we got to be better than that, man. We have to. You know, it's a must. I feel like, you know, the state of things and the way our country's going, we have to come together or we're going to fail together.
Yeah, I was actually going to talk about that. Like, where do you see the direction that the climate is going in society? As far as with Donald Trump and all that, what's your take on that? You know,
I won't give in to his hate. There's no need to, you know, there's no need to speak about that, man. What I will say is that it's about Americans really, really being properly represented. We have to change our governmental system to make sure that everyone is properly represented. That starts with looking at what the Supreme Court is doing with gerrymandering. There's 2 cases that are going before the Supreme Court now for gerrymandering, and we need to look at it closely because this can affect how districts are drawn, and we want to make sure that everyone's properly represented. And as it is now, I really think that there are 2 groups in the country, and it's not Republican or Democrat. They're the people who want our country to be closer, who want to utilize the skill sets of all our citizens, and then there are the others who want to be divisive and you know, and keep us away from, you know, one another and create more separations. And that's not what America needs. That's not going to send us anywhere. That's just going to create, you know, that's going to create Gilead. That's going to create, I don't know if you guys have seen The Handmaid's Tale. Shouts out to The Handmaid's Tale.
They're doing a good job.
Have you
read the book?
Yeah, I've read the book. I had to read it. I had to read it in high school, and then, you know, I feel like the show actually lived up really well to the.
We might have a caller.
You know,
keep talking that shit, bro.
Yeah. So yeah, man, like I feel like that's the way we're gonna go if we don't, you know, solve things. I think we gotta get our communities to come together. Everybody. And also I encourage our young people, man. Yeah, it's glamorous to live on the coast, you know, but we need to spread people out a little bit better. We need to get people out in Nebraska. We need to get people out in Missouri. We got to spread out a little bit. You know, there's some states that are red that we can make purple, and, you know, if anything, man, let's make America purple again, man. We got to really, you know, and what I mean by that is, you know, Republicans, you know, red, Democrats, blue. You know, the more, you know, left-leaning or, you know, moderate people that move to these areas of the country, I think that would be better for the country. You know, I think we can move ahead that time. Yeah.
We got a caller for you. Hello. Hello, hello. Yo.
Yo.
Yo, what's good?
Yo, what's good, bro?
What's the word?
It's the radio? It's the radio?
It's the radio. You live.
Yo, listen, man.
Talk that
That's
shit.
the way we were real, man. Y'all niggas gotta tune in soon, man. 2018, my year, heard? I just want to let SWYM Radio know that. Feel me? I'll be up there soon. Drop some good freestyles for the people.
Okay.
Feel me?
Who we
Shout out
talking
to
to?
Brooklyn. Shout out to Damo. Feel me? Damo, keep doing your thing. You gonna make it.
Good looking, my G.
Who's calling?
You said, who's calling?
Yeah.
Yo, it's Remo the Real.
Remo the Real. That's my guy right there.
Yeah, Remo the Real, man. Remo the border man. Ask somebody.
I respect you, my guy. I said I respect you, my guy.
I respect you too, my guy. You already know. Be good how you be good, man. Water.
Be good how you be good, water. We gonna get you on here real soon.
Yeah. Be easy, bro. Keep doing your thing, man. See y'all soon. So tune in 2018 right here. Dropping this mixtape February. Let everybody know. Scoop drop out. Remo the Real. Y'all already know what it is, man. The border man. Holla at me.
Popping out like a bad shoulder. Yeah, we can close in. That's my bro right there. That's Remo the Real. He definitely gonna make it. We got some things in tune. Stay tuned. Alright, man, that was live, man. I think we should just kick in some music. You know, my bro went in, you know what I mean? We gonna play his music right now. I'm gonna hit you with his song, For the Cheese. We're gonna get back to you, Jay, alright? It ain't over. You still got a little bit more time. We got some minutes with you. Say what you mean, radio. I'm your host, Mr. Alexander. Taking a quick break. It's WVMR Radio. Make sure you download the app WVMR NY. Or you can go to the website WVMradio.net.
I was broke, had the boss up, now it's double bands in my pocket. Had to level up, now I'm fresh and cocky. Put me rockin', I did it for the profit. Thank God that I got it. Front me to the projects. Had the boss up, now it's double bands in my pocket. Had to level up, now I'm fresh and cocky. Now it's about to put me rockin', I did it for the profit. Thank God that I got it. Front me to the projects. Point sharp, had to level up, got my cheddar up, chase the cheese. All these bitches say they want a slice, I just say my price, dick ain't free. These hoes never get a dime, always got a trick up their sleeve. Running money like a marathon, I'm just first place to the green. Yeah, I know I smell like hella loud, I be sour high. I ain't from the hard point, dog, like a rap game, but I know. Shorty told me that she got a man, I don't really care, come on, no. Running spinning like a cellophane, I'm a nigga, man, really know. Big body, take 2 lanes, call it fat chick. Still smoking, ain't flat, my spring low. Like it's waterman, saying order man for the love. Never said if you don't know the man, I'm a waterman, can't go. I was broke, had the boss up, now it's double bands in my pocket. We woke up, had to level up, now all friends say I'm cocky. Diamonds about to call me Rocky. I did it all for the profit. Thank you God that we got it. We finally made it up the projects. I was broke, had the boss up, now it's double bands in my pocket. We woke up, had to level up, now all friends say I'm cocky. Diamonds about to call me Rocky. I did it all for the profit. Thank you God that we got it. We finally made it up the projects. I did it all for the cheese. Ran that bitch over the cheese. We don't to the release. Close eye, ain't behind me. I say got a bitch on the knees. Said it once, if you was the cheese. Fast moving on the break, can't breathe. The mind, I'm fast for the chain. Comes coming track to receive. Bigger numbers on the table with cheese. I handle that work, and I'm the I put in that work, I definitely ease. I'm asking my grab, I'm making believe. I pull up a jet and jump in the jeans. Tell me my plea, they got me free. I say my bad, what they with the weed. Yo, power, she loving the flex. I hit the best and everything new. I got to pay for 2. Ooh, the money won't change the two. Ooh, I push shit, bit ends, man. I got wrist icy glue. Yo, they say what they never do. Yo, I got the bread for soup. Yo, I was broke, had the boss up, now it's double bands in my pocket. Had to level up, now all friends say I'm cocky. Now it's about to put me rockin'. I did it all for the profit. Thank God that I got it. Front me to the projects. I was broke, had the boss up, now it's double bands in my pocket. Had to level up, now all friends say I'm cocky. Now it's about to put me rockin'. I did it all for the profit. Thank God that I got it. Front me to the projects.
That was a little cool down mix for you. Y'all already know it's my brother, my blood, Remo the Real. That was for the cheese. You know, when you're from Brooklyn, New York, it's a paper chase every day. But then again, that's New York City worldwide. For those who just tuning in, it's Say What You Mean Radio. For those who don't know, it's your host, Mr. Alexander. Having the privilege to be sponsored by the great WVMR, Voice of the Voiceless. For those who don't know, my new slogan, it's the big guy with the little voice, so you know it's only right that I'm here. You know what I'm saying? Make sure y'all download that app, so we're trying to get our listeners up. WVMRNY, or y'all can go to the website, WVMradio.net. SWYM NYC website coming soon. I'm going to do it myself. Somebody called in, the brother called in, and that nigga don't do anything we tell him to do. So that's good. 646-867-7220. Call in, give yourself a shout out. Show love, man. It's the Brooklyn way. Once again, I'm with my guest, my brother, Jay Arzu. Yo, you been talking some shit right now, bro.
It has to be said, man. Say what you mean.
You giving us a lot of knowledge. You definitely saying what you mean.
Yeah, man.
You about to have the feds tapped in over here, bro.
They have to hear it. They have to. If the feds listening, man, they're gonna be watching, bro.
Assassinate me, bitch.
You know, 2 Chainz said it right. You gotta do it, man. While they watching, man. It's the only way.
Okay.
You know, like I'm preaching love here, bro. That's all. That's what you gotta do. You know, like I'm not preaching any hate. You know, I don't want to hurt anyone's children. Nothing like that, man. I want everyone to thrive and survive, and you know, to do better things, and you know, help out their communities, because you know that's what matters most, man. Be good people, be good human beings. You know, like that comes along with being a good American. You know, so it's all that's combined, bro.
This apple juice is too good.
No, it is. It actually is really good. Well, I haven't had apple juice in quite a while.
I don't usually normally go for apple juice. I'm a big orange juice fan.
Yeah.
This shit is rocking.
It's good. No, we're drinking quite a bit of it.
Yeah, well, we're going to finish this.
Yeah, probably. It looks really good.
It's
really good. You know. Nah, but thank you. It's good. It's good to be on here.
Yeah, we appreciate you having you here, bro. Listen, me by myself would have been a little dry. I would have had, mainstream probably would have came through. Definitely. He would have held me down.
Yeah, but I'm just here to, just speak it up.
I want to talk about, I don't know if y'all still active or not, but the Friends of the Concourse.
Yes.
Yeah, just tell me about your idea, or what you know.
Nah, we're still active, bro. We're still active.
Talk about it.
We want to make moves. So the Friends of a Concourse, it's a public benefit corporation in the Bronx. I started it about a year ago. What we want to do is get public and private funds to maintain the Grand Concourse in the Bronx, create civility, get people in the community to get the green thumbs out, work with the building owners and the developers along the concourse to green up and help the aesthetics of the building. We want to get the community out there. We want to get the community comfortable. We want to show people this is your community. You got to take part in it. You got to get your hands a little dirty. You got to get out there, and that's what it. We what I'm saying, Damo. Democracy isn't a spectator sport, and there's different. You got to get involved. There's different ways to do it. You don't have to be quasi-political and do all that. Nah, you don't have to do all that. It can start as small as working at your community center, or even seeing someone that's misguided in the hood and be like, yo, bro, you going the wrong way. There's different ways to do it. There's different ways to do it.
We definitely need to build our communities up, our neighborhoods, and that starts with building the individual.
Yes.
We need to start training ourselves to be more equipped, more skilled, the ability to do more, like down to the basic level of we have to be able to pick up our own weight. We have to be able to grow our own food. You know what I'm saying? We need to learn how to shoot guns. I bet you if all black people got together and got some guns, there'd be a whole law on banning guns.
Well, at least for my stance on guns.
We
I
need to be
think we need to be
prepared, bro.
we need, it needs to be smart as a nation, as a whole. We need to be smarter when it comes to guns. I don't want to come and take away. There's some people that love their guns in this country.
Yeah.
I just think that
Loonies.
it's fair. It's fair. Like, it's fair to have background checks, on guns to make sure that people who shouldn't have them don't have them. But a lot of people in this country take that as, oh, they're gonna take away our guns, and that's just not how it is. And I feel that we need to revisit how we work with guns and how guns are in our communities in the United States. I think we need to take a closer look and have a real good broad conversation on the national level about it. Because you go to Europe, and I had other students ask me, "What's with you Americans and guns? Like, I don't understand." And the truth is, I don't think most Americans understand the issue either. And I think that's what it really is, bro. It's all about communication and dialogue. Like, that's where things start off: communication, dialogue, and finding points where you could collaborate and move something forward. Things can get moved forward, bro. Like, we're not as divided as we think we are. It's a mental block that we can get over.
Yeah. I want to talk about some other stuff. I know you've been out the country for a little minute, but I mean, it comes up all the time. It's not something that has not been touched upon, but it's been up in the air as of recent, and I'm just speaking on bullying.
Right. Oh yeah.
What is your stance on bullying, and more so just with the education system?
In regards to bullying, I think that it should be a zero tolerance policy. I will, be very frank and say that I was bullied as a kid, and it was horrific. And it's not easy to come to school when you know that there's people there that actively don't want you there and will actively show you that how much they don't like you or don't want you there. It's a terrible thing, and it makes you focus on that first and your education, afterward. And that's something that's very tragic. And as someone who's been bullied as a kid, it needs to stop. It has to be, completely ratted out. And as regards to the education system, that's a big can of worms. It's a big can of worms. In an ideal world, I would love to see a public school system that can train Americans to, the best of the competitive abilities that I think we have. I think that we need to be training all our citizens for the jobs that are going to be in the country in the future. And what's going on is that, our country is going to continue, and the world's going to continue to become more automated. And jobs are going to change along with it. Eventually, you'll see the train conductor jobs and train operator jobs will be, computerized. And maybe in the future, buses will be computerized, and autonomous vehicles and cars are coming. We have to prepare for that new economy. What does that mean?
Yeah, how do we prepare for that?
We have to change. First of all, I think what we need to do, and what the Department of Education could do better. A lot of foreign countries do this. Ask the top companies, what do we need to train our students in our school from K to 12th grade to be able to work here? Like, if I want to take a person from an urban community who was poor and is going to a regular public school, what do they need to know by the time they're in 12th grade to realistically go to a great college and then be able to work at this company? That's one way we can do it. We also have to speak to the community members. We have to get multiple stakeholders in the building, and we have to look at every community individually. And that's the hard part. That's the part that nobody wants to swallow. There's no one answer. There's never going to be a one answer. It's about you bringing your community together and figure out what you guys need to do and what needs to be done to improve the system. And we have to improve our educational system. We're lagging behind. We're not training Americans for the economy that we need to build. We're lagging behind, and it's this is something that can be fixed. It's very fixable. Yeah.
Somebody saying some shit. So, yo, son, for those who don't know Jay, this is Jay Arzu. He gave you the government, but most people know him as J Love.
Oh man.
Was that term coined like HOP summer? Was he J Love prior to Maris?
Nah,
He was
man.
JB Cuffington.
Yeah, man. You know I had to change it up a few times, man. But yeah, J Love was my Marist. Like it became my Marist. Like nickname of sorts, and it was never supposed to be there. It was something I was just having maybe like for a weekend, coming from New York City, MySpace, Facebook at the time, you change your name up, to cool, cool-ish, different things, switch it up, so I switched it up, and I guess it became something that stuck. It stuck, and I was just like, shit. Like if I change my name now, nobody's gonna know, and they're still gonna call me the name that they remember me by, So it stuck, man. And I was just like, shit. Like they really call me J Love.
Nah,
like,
literally, like
that's really
if
crazy.
I ever tell a story and it's like you in there or whatnot, they be like J Love. I'll start laughing. I'm like, yeah, J Love. Like,
Oh,
it's really funny.
Sometimes these things just stick, man. You can't even help it.
Yeah. So yeah, me and J Love, we went to college together. We went to Marist and whatnot. He was what's your major?
Political science, man.
Political science, and how was that?
Nah, that was okay. So learning political science it really depends on what school you go to, but I felt that at Marist it was very, I don't know, I expected a little bit more out of the program. I wouldn't say it was bad. I just wanted more perspective. I wanted more outside vision. I wanted to study critical race theory, and a lot of schools don't necessarily have that yet. I think that's something that should be taught at all schools. We probably should teach that in high school. Like we need to teach these things, and critical race theory, Africana studies, really learning, in depth about the continent of Africa, and the descendants from there who are all over the world, not be the Caribbean, America, South and Central America. It's an important thing. It's a part of history, and I feel that in order for us to not repeat the mistakes that we've made in the past, we need to learn history. And we need to understand history for what it is. Sometimes the facts, you don't want to hear the facts. Sometimes it hurts. You're just like, damn, that happened. We did that. I feel like shit. and I understand why some people don't want to just believe what the truth is. And I remember reading a book, A People's History by Howard Zinn. I recommend it. It's a great book. It really talks about Puerto Rico and what Columbus did on the island. And the fact is that we have to, we can't give excuses to things like that. There's a lot more Italian people that we could celebrate that have done wonderful things in this country. Columbus is not one of them. He's not one of them. There shouldn't be towns
like
named
that.
from him. When it comes down to it, Christopher Columbus was a savage. He accused other people of savagery, but himself, he was a savage. And it's a very terrible thing that we celebrate a man that has probably committed one of the worst acts of genocide in history. We shouldn't be celebrating that. There's amazing, amazing Italian Americans that we can celebrate. And, I think that we should revisit it. There shouldn't be any squares named after him. And no, this is not erasing history. I don't think this is erasing history, but there needs to be a truth to it. We need to put it in perspective. And I think that there should be museums that talk about it.
And keep it in the textbooks.
Keep it in the textbooks. But here's the problem. Where are most of our textbooks made? Oklahoma and Texas. Conservative states. So, they're going to cut out slavery and add more about, the conquistadors.
Yeah.
Exactly. And it's just, it puts the things into perspective. If they're controlling history, and that's what they're saying in our textbooks, what are our children learning? And we need to, I just think that we need all Americans to know the full truth. We can't have one state know, this about this person, then another state, know something else about a person. I'll give one prime example, and I won't get into it, but just ask your white counterparts, what do they know about Malcolm X? Boom. Just ask that one question, and you'll be shocked what you hear. There's a major difference between what the black community and Latino community know about Malcolm X, and what our white counterparts know, and it's a bit shocking, and it makes you wonder, like, wait, then what are they learning that we're not learning, or vice versa? There's definitely a gap in what's being taught and what people know, and I think we just got to tell people the real history. Tell people the history as it happened. No shortcuts. No making people look nicer than they were. No, tell it how it is. If he killed this many people or did this many things, it has to be written, and then let people interpret it for themselves. It's the only way.
Where you from, Jay?
The BX, man.
Where your family from, me?
Honduras. Yes.
Yeah, I asked some Honduran chicks. I was like, "Yeah, garifuna."
Oh yes, yes.
And they didn't know. They was like, "What?" They was like, "We that's the language." They was like, "That's the language."
This is gonna sound too stereotypical, but were they lighter or darker?
They was darker.
Well, there's other dark skinned people in Honduras that are not garifuna. There's native tribes that had their own kingdom, and there's a large history, But there's if you ever hear punta or any of that, man, that's the garifuna people. That's the drums right there. That's the heart. You're beating on the skin of a dead animal. You're awakening something.
There's like a good population of y'all here, like.
OD, yeah.
How did that come about? As far as
my grandmother came to the United States in 1965, and at that time there was a large Garifuna population in the Bronx. That's what happens usually. Like not only just Latinos, same thing with Asians and other groups that come to the United States. You have a few people come. Someone opens a bodega or a store, and then they invite more people, they employ people, so a community starts, And, it helps you transition to American life, and, especially not knowing the system, or in my grandmother's case, not coming here learning English, not knowing English, but, certain things in the American system, were able to help my grandmother. My grandmother learned English from Sesame Street.
Oh, word? That's fire.
I watched Sesame Street. She lived by it. She watched it every day, and she learned English from Sesame. She didn't go to any class. I'm not saying that this is the way to learn English. Just put an asterisk right next to that. But
people learn from Dora too.
you got to get it how you get it. But I have very particular views on that as well. When it comes to language, I don't think what the Canadians are doing is wrong. The fact that they recognize both French and English. I think that it would probably be better if we recognize both languages and wrote everything in both languages in this country, because even with Trump in power, business with Latin American countries continues to rise. And that's only going to continue to happen. And why not do business with, Argentina, with Chile? These are fast developing Latin American countries. That's what we're supposed to be doing. We're supposed to be doing business, getting out there, not just, everybody. There's enough, for everybody to eat. I truly believe that. There's enough for people to eat and still have a little bit more. It's all about perception. That's just where I come from, man. Like, it's... we're gonna make it happen. We're gonna make America better than it ever was. Fuck making America great again. Nah, fuck that. We're gonna make it better than it was ever before. And that's just the goal. We'll make it together, or we'll die alone. I really believe in that quote. Like, you have to make it together, and if we make it together, it will be one of the most beautiful things ever. Like, white, Black, Latino, Asian, just Americans doing the thing, getting jobs, creating jobs, doing the thing, creating new innovations, coming up with breakthrough technologies, and we'll see it, man. Like, it's gonna happen. I really believe at heart that it's the only way. It's either this or Gilead. So, choose your poison.
Wait, run that back, Gilead.
Gilead, man. If you haven't watched a Handmaid's Tale, get on it, man. You gotta watch it. That's what that's just what I believe it will look like.
I mean, what's it about? What's the break it down?
So boom,
and related to
what you said.
But you know how they be throwing messages like relating it back to real life.
Yeah.
You gotta watch it.
You gotta watch it. Like so basically, I don't want to give it up because I want you guys to check it out.
Do you think the future gonna be like that?
If we don't do anything, if we don't stand up to to the naysayers and the people who want to divide our country, and to really not make this economy work for everybody, I think America could look like Gilead. But I think that we won't. I think that we're gonna wake up. America's gonna get up and they're gonna realize, shit, we made a mistake, choosing this guy, and we need to go in a better direction.
When you say America, who's gonna do it?
It has to be.
A few individuals.
It has to be, and that's the thing, is that it takes a collective. It takes a collaboration across, racial lines, across social lines, across economic lines. It's gonna take everybody, and I don't want to get up here and sound sound like Mr. Former President Obama here. I don't want to do that. I think that we have to actively implement, and the fact is that citizens want to see problem solving. They want to feel like someone's at least giving a fuck of not doing anything.
That's why they chose Trump.
But honestly, if you think about it, you got to put yourselves in their shoes. I'm not saying what they did was great, but if you're I was reading a story about the poorest white community in America, and the fact is that they voted heavily for Donald Trump, but he actively outreached to those communities and told them, I'm going to make this area of the country greater again. And and the fact is that we need to get Democrats out there. We need to get other voices out there, and we do need to make these areas of the country work. How do we do that? We have to communicate with the community. It can't be a up-down approach. It can't be a heavy-handed approach either. You have to work with these communities. You have to actively show that you want to make these communities better, and that involves working directly with them to come up with credible solutions and ways to improve their economies, to get people really, really, not only, we're not looking to give these people government jobs or have them, taken from the government. We want to get these people to start businesses, to employ their neighbors, to employ their families. And that starts with making our economy as innovative as possible, getting people who were formerly disenfranchised in the economy. If you got come on, Damo. Let me, Mr. Alexander, I gotta say it right. You can't tell me if blacks, Latinos, and everybody felt the need to get involved in this economy, felt that they could get up, I could get money from the government to start a new business. You can't tell me that people wouldn't stand up and fight for a country like that, where we all can eat, where everyone can eat. But the problem is that there's some people that on the low don't want everyone to eat. There's some people that, that they just can't stomach the idea, of not, being in control. And, and sometimes, we got to look past that. Those people, if they want to be ignorant, don't let them have our business. Don't let them have our business. You don't want to work with us? You don't want to do work in our community? Okay, let's find people in our community to start this business. We're going to actively compete against you and take the business that you didn't want. Boom.
Yeah, I was saying, we don't need to be, as far as a whole as a country, we need to be innovative, thinking long run for the future and whatnot.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking, as far as us as people, we don't need to be innovative. We'll just take the same business and make it black owned. And just compete, you feel me? Have black drive. I don't really want segregation, but at this point, I think it might be beneficial if America had like a second economy.
No, I see what you mean. I see what you mean. Like you're saying about at least getting blacks and Latinos and other underrepresented groups to actively have parts in the economy, and I agree with you. I think we need to have that. It's essential. But what I while I don't want segregation at any point, but I think that certain aspects of our economy we can definitely develop and better develop with women-owned businesses and minority-owned businesses. I think America has a very bright future if we choose this path. And it's it sounds like a red pill blue pill moment, but the reality is that that's where we're at right now. And acknowledging is the first step.
Hey, I have a question. So my question is, what's your feeling on small businesses now in this current climate? Like, for example, I started the station last year.
Okay.
Off the idea that a lot of people are looking for platforms like this to record and do podcasts and things of that nature. The ironic part, I came from another small business that was a radio station as well. Rather it being, I won't throw in the fact that it wasn't a little petty of me to start a radio station as well, but it was more so the fact that I felt like the opportunities are for those to get their word out, get what they can't say without being blocked or feel like I can't mention Hotline 7 per 105. My thing was like, this is an open forum. This is a platform. 2 hours at a time, you take it however you want for your own show. But now, I do have my problems here and there with trying to get sponsors, things of that nature. Right. So just speak a little bit more how you think, what's the climate now for small businesses to be successful?
Well, I think, first of all, small businesses, you see policymakers often say small businesses are the backbone of our economy. Then why don't we support them? Why don't we support them? Fundamentally, I think that if we actively supported our small businesses like some other developing countries did, we would be a little bit more successful. And there's the subsidies to do it. It exists. When it comes down to it, it's about how you play around with the money, how you divvy the money up. And if we want to support small businesses and support minority-owned businesses and women-owned businesses, we need to put our excuse me. We need to put implementation behind our words. It has to be more than hearsay. We have to actually get in the ground and be like, okay, we need to give out more grants for small businesses. We need to have trained grant writers that can work pro bono for small businesses. And we need to encourage more people to do what you did. Entrepreneurship is an amazing thing, and it's very much connected to the American dream. And I myself full-heartedly believe in the American dream. I believe in it. I think that we can transform it. We can make it better. We can have small businessmen like you do things like this. 20 years from now, who knows what this could be? You could be looking back on this conversation 20 years from now and be like, wow, like this was the start of something that I started really small. I worked my way up, and now I have the hottest people coming in here doing work, putting in work. That's the idea. If you work hard, you do your thing, you'll make it in this country. But now the government has to actively support it. We've supported corporations very heavily from the 70s on. Now I think we need to come back and support small businesses and support people who are entrepreneurial. And we need to get people to think more entrepreneurial. Like if we can awaken that in people, God only knows what this country can do. You think we're doing something now? You wait to see what America can do when everybody is on the money.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, because I don't think it's not said enough. It's really not. It's not. A lot of people are not. I don't want to say woke, but they're not. They're not smart enough to take that leap to invest in themselves. So they feel like once they make the initial investment, it's like, all right.
What do I do?
What do I do? Because even now, I've spoke several times to several people here. Like, yo, how do we expand? or how do I get a grant for this? And my knock is, and me and Dom are probably on the same feeling here. We're entertainment. They don't give money out for entertainment, so they don't look at us. They don't see it as an educational tool. They don't see it as something that can be beneficial to the world or society or to what have you.
Can I actually respond to that?
Sure, go ahead.
So, when it comes to, grants for entertainment, I think that what companies and business people like you can do is look toward public-private partnerships. Look toward, I guarantee there's some business out there that has research and development funds that are just stored away, something that they're looking to invest in, or side money that they want to use to invest in a community business or something of the sort. So there's definitely a means out there, but that's another problem that we have in this country is the information. How do you gain that information? And why does it seem, so close yet so far? Why is this information transparent? And, if this information was out there, who knows? You could have got yourself a grant. Maybe there's a grant out there that has your name stamped right on it, but you wouldn't know that because the information isn't transparent. It isn't right there. This information, you should have access to as much information as you need. And and that's the problems that we need to. There's grants out there. A lot of these grants. I can speak to Mr. Alexander about. We didn't know about this. We found out when we were on the other side. So it's also up to people like us to relay that information. You got to relay that information, and we need to. One thing we need to talk about. And I don't want to get into this too deep, but we need to stop hoarding information. Yeah, and I want to get into speak a little bit about sometimes when blacks and Latinos make it, they feel like they have to grab onto it. They can't let go. They can't leave it for the next generation, to take on and innovate, and they innovate somewhere else. We need to know when it's time to let go and to move on to something else. And I feel like that's a problem with, a major problem when it comes to leadership, in, the black and Latino community, is that we have, civil rights era leaders and, God bless them. They've done an amazing job, but it's time to sit down. It's hard to say. Nobody wants to say it, but it's time to sit down. It's time to let the next generation come in and innovate. Let us show you what we've learned. Sit down and be proud.
That was deep right there. Sit down and be proud. That's
Thank
the
you.
quote right there. Can I add an idea too? I would say one thing I'm looking at, like you said, like nobody really want to donate to entertainment. When I first graduated, like throughout college and everything, I went to school for psychology, but my focus was more so education, child development. I graduated with the idea that I was going to get my master's and become a child psychologist. I still want to do those things. I want to be a child mentor and whatnot. But I don't know. I end up in this music industry, entertainment and whatnot. I enjoy it and I found a passion for it. So I wanted to merge the two. And I ain't gonna lie, I always leverage the school system to get money, because when I was in school, I was finessing departments. Like I was throwing events. I used to be a president of a club. I got the most money one semester that club could ever get. You feel me? Like we had food every meeting.
I was there.
No club could do that. We had food every meeting. So pretty much you can leverage them like, the way of the future is entrepreneurship. That's the trend right now. Everybody is be your own boss and be creative and build your own thing. Be yourself, go on social media and whatnot. You can literally go to schools and say, y'all don't even need to give me a space. I have a space. I can take a few of your students. They can intern here. You could get a grant just to become an intern site for students to get credits here. A lot of kids take radio, TV, film, and whatnot and need credits. And a lot of them want to go to a radio station to get that experience, to be a runner, to be, a spokesperson or be an engineer and whatnot. So there's definitely grants out there. I would say tackle schools, colleges around. And even stores around here is like I don't know, stores not the bodegas, but like yeah, restaurants like we'll promote your joint. Like I don't know, I'm more of like a street team type of dude. Like I like running in stores and you see my face and I'm talking to you like, yo, Papa, yo, take this right here, yo, we could make you big on the radio. Like I finesse the shit out of some people, all that. Like, yo, give me $100 right here, you know what I'm saying? We got you spending the whole week your music, and we only come on Tuesday. I play that shit on my live every time I go live every day. Like, yo, your music been playing, boy. That shit's in the background. But speaking on music, that was your boy JR Zoo speaking some real shit. We gotta go into break. It's about to be 9:30 in a couple minutes. I'm gonna play Drew Bino. He's supposed to be our next guest. Yo, Drew Bino, we got you live right now, my G. You ain't found the door?
He's still looking?
We playing Drew Bino intro right now. He on his way up.
Miss Boy? Yeah. I get the money on any time. Hold on the feelings, I'm in the mind. Nigga with things that analyze. I don't know a weak nigga on the ride. Shot with a nigga that's anytime. Scared of a human is not my kind. Killers and gangsters are out of line. Just to do it for money, you petty time. I'm not the one for the petty line. Little bitch, I just run on your petty side. If you get hit with this stick of mine, guarantee you be stuck while you fantasize. Nigga with pussy, I been a guy that hit your mom. Scared to let you come outside. Me and Val, we was robbing niggas. I know a lot of niggas that be telling lies. I'm lighting it. Yo, bitch, you going off for fighting it. Kicking it with me like spiking it. Yes, I be liking it. Catching it, checks like I'm liking it. All of this go like I don't, so you know I got green like a Heineken. All of that hating, I'm minus it. Nigga, we catching and swiping it. Why is you hyping it? Niggas supposed to get money. Fucks up with all the excitement. Nigga, you bitch. Why you hoping that you rich? Always had about the piss. Bitch, how we taking all these risks? That's the difference between a man and a bitch. Bitch, how with the shits? Remember days I ain't had a dick. I was sleeping in the park on a bitch. Me and Trina thought we had was a split. So they dope in the pot to get rich. I was never gonna broke up the shit. Free breads, he is real as a shit. I done started from the bottom of this. Now we're doing it in the forums like, hey, fuck up, running back and forth. This bitch gon' fuck up, break. I gotta say all this shit in New York and Philly. That's a reason. Plug in his name, Bees. No, I ain't talking about BDC. Catch Beano in Miami breeze when a nigga feel like it's time to leave. Need a jab, bitch, you keep the weed. Good weed, you can keep the seeds. On her face, I'ma leave my seed. Now she feels like I'm trying to plant a tree. Mess boys, I got a territory, nigga. You not even in my category. Married to the streets, honey, matrimony separates itself from the fake of money. Get the fucks about keeping peace. Got some niggas stuck in these streets. Pay my dudes, nigga, fuck the seats. How to we for bitches, you can trick or treat. Yeah, rain in these leather seats. I be whipping like it's criminal weed. I be getting to the chicken fast. Niggas moving on a different beat. Real as the beat. Now you niggas out they fucking with me. You can find me in the hood with the cheese. Rent the mom like the cribs for trees. Fly nigga in a high nigga. Trapping to get rich, you get it by nigga. All this diamonds water, watch it shine nigga. Ice, ice, ice. Receiver, wide receiver like Jerry Rice. Mess boy, I got all the spice. In these streets, they ain't never nice. Fuck a horror movie like the poltergeist. Dice for the door, like the game. My homie gotta play it right. Fuck around and spray when I make the night. When you say my name, you gotta say it right. Or say it, niggas if they wanna fight. Hustle nigga, run the talk right. When you talk to bitches, gotta talk nice. Skate niggas, better talk right. They gonna pray for it's a long night. Talking shit on niggas every damn night. Shut up niggas like the brightest light. Put the gas when a nigga smoke a dog, it is not bush. Put the gas when a nigga push a dog, it is not bush.
Google, you already know it's Say What You Mean Radio. Every Tuesday we live from 8 to 10. It's your host, Mr. Alexander. Welcome to WVMR. Make sure y'all download that app, WVMR NY, or you could go to the website, WVMradio.net. I'm here with my next guest. I just heard him spinning on the airwaves.
It's the word.
Go ahead, my G. Say what you mean.
Yeah, you already know, bro. It's Drew Bino in the building, I'm saying. I got my Mess Boys with me. That's the name of my gang, Mess Boys. I'm saying Rose down in the building, you know what I'm talking about? Free balls. Yeah.
Know what I'm saying? We're going to have to hear a little louder from you, my guy. You know what I'm saying? My son too smooth back there.
Oh, damn.
You gotta get a little closer on the mic.
Got a little bit closer. Hold on, let me get close on him. All right. Get me close. All right. Yeah. All right, yeah. Definitely better. Yeah, it's Drew Bino. You already know what time it is. You know what I'm saying? I'm repping Mess Boys. I come from Rosedale, Queens. You know what I mean?
God.
Yeah, definitely. It's the word.
Let's get right into it. You got the gang here. What's Mess Boys?
Mess boy, that's my gang, you know what I'm saying? He got a couple other people, and then my homeboy boss, he locked up, you know what I'm saying? We got my nigga Whoopty Whoop. He on the other side of the world, you know what I mean?
Whoopty
West
Whoop.
Coast, yeah, definitely.
Shout
That's
out.
my bro right here, steady, you know what I'm saying? You can say
Steady low.
Yeah, definitely,
Steady
definitely.
low.
Got my Mess boy over there, it's Mess boy Real.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
Mess boy Drama, you know what I'm saying?
That's big.
Yeah,
Everybody handle Mess Boys.
yeah.
Mess is like, is it acronym for anything, or is like y'all tearing the place up? It's a scene when we come through.
Mess, yeah, every time we come
That's
through.
y'all lingo.
Whole lot of mess, big mess everywhere we go. You know what I'm saying, causing mess. That's what we doing.
That's big. That's big.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
we were supposed to get you here last week. I mentioned right before he got on, he was in Cali. Fire everywhere.
Yeah, like about,
Flight canceled.
yeah, like about 3-4 of them shit. That shit was kind of different.
What you was doing there and how you got out?
I mean, nah, it wasn't really too crazy. It was just a little bit close to the house, and I realized I was smelling it for like about 2 days. It was raining ashes, all type of shit going on. I was like, let me try to book the flight. I was like, get up out of here. I ain't messing with that joke. Fuck that. Yeah. Well,
Okay. So, first time I met you was in Queens. We was over there on Liberty at the barbershop.
yeah.
I do the photo shoot every Thursdays. Each and every Thursday we do a photo shoot. It's some Thursday day. I forgot the name. I'm bad on promo. Fuck it. I do photo shoots every Thursday.
Yeah.
Drew Bino was there. Now I mean, you was doing a video. What was the video for?
That's for a song called Run It Up. That's
Run
on my
It Up.
tape. So
Yeah. Make sure y'all check that out. That joint was dope. Definitely. We linked up. We chopped it up. We had the team in the building.
Yeah, video's out too. It's out on YouTube.
Yeah, definitely. We peeped that. We definitely shared that. Definitely. So we linked up on that. Now we finally got you here. Let's talk about the music. What you doing? What you waving?
Well, I'm about to drop a tape. Probably about a week or two. You know what I'm saying? Drop that on iTunes. Come out on iTunes, title, everything. Every media website that you could possibly think about. It's called Oh Lord.
Oh Lord?
Yeah, Oh Lord, yeah,
What?
definitely, yeah. So that should be out. Listen out for that in like about a week or two. You know what I'm saying?
How many tracks you got on it?
I got like it's about 19 songs I originally got for the track, got for the whole mixtape.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm gonna use whole 19. I might
Oh,
cut
wow.
it down to like about 15 or something.
Yeah, so that's lengthy.
Yeah.
Road trip.
I mean, but even if I do use it though, the songs are kind of like short. Just a lot of,
Okay. You got any like skits in there, anything like that?
Nah, no skits.
Nothing like that?
Nah, straight heat all the way through. You know what I'm saying? No skits, no none of that.
What's your style like? What's your fans expect to hear from you?
A little bit of everything. I don't really got no like specific style or anything like that. It's just like I really try to show people that I could do a whole lot. I don't mind dibbling, dabbling with anything. You know what I'm saying? Like, shit, if I could do a rock song, I'll do some rock shit if I get the chance to. You know what I'm saying? So, whatever's good music, you know what I mean? But I definitely got a whole lot of different styles. That's what I wanted to show on this whole tape.
Yeah, okay, that's big. Versatile.
Yeah, definitely.
Anybody in the building with apple juice? I got apple juice.
I'll probably take some of that. I need some of that.
What? You know what I'm saying? You got any juice, any drink to put with it? You know what I'm saying? It's here. It's there. But when did you start getting into the music? Like, how did that become a passion for you?
I really started rapping in like 2007. That's when I really like started taking it really serious. I used to always play around with it, like me and all my homies and all that. But 2007 is when I really like said, "All right, let me try this out, see what's going on." Yeah. I just kept going from there.
Yeah.
Well,
So you definitely kept going from there. You know what I'm saying? I do my research and whatnot. I don't name dropping nothing, but I see you making moves. You know what I'm saying? You rubbing shoulders with certain people.
yeah.
But most importantly, and this is just for everyone else out there, those in the game. How do you network? How do you create opportunities or be able to come in contact with certain people that's on the same wavelength and want to create with you and whatnot? How you go about approaching people and showing your talents and who you are as a person?
I mean, really, my music speaks for itself, really. You know what I'm saying?
But how you even get it to the people? I mean, like specific people, you know what I'm saying? Like certain artists, people in the game and all that. Everybody trying to hand them a USB here, listen to my music.
I just run down, just pop out. We at the club, yo, what up, nigga? Listen to this real fast. I'm saying, like, I run down the DJs. I'm one of those type of people that I'm in the room. I gotta let you know I'm here. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna sit there and just be all quiet. Like, I gotta let you know what's going on. Like, so you're gonna hear me before I walk out of here somewhere. Whether I'm just saying my name or you hearing some shit, like, but you definitely gonna hear me somewhere. Though. I mean, so.
That's militant right there. That's old school right there. Run it down.
Just run down. Like, I got hate. I ain't scared. Fuck it.
Run down. That's a bet. Who is Drew Bino? And I mean, like, where that name come from?
It's a long story.
Can we get it chopped down? Like,
I mean, really, long story short, I really got that from my mom.
Or?
Yeah, when I was a little younger, she used to call me Droopy Droop-along. That's some weird shit. And as I got older, I just broke it down to Droop. I'm saying the Bino really came from my hood. Cause it's called mobster. We call it mobster. Feel me? Like,
okay.
So we really like a mob type shit. That's where the Bino came from.
Get you.
Yeah, so.
That's funny. Alright, that's dope. That's dope though.
Yeah, definitely.
As official, that's like some home personal shit mixed with the
mixed with the street shit. What I'm used to. Yeah, what I grew up on.
Raised on both ends.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, that's official. That's official. So you got 3 songs here. I want to get right into the next one. You got with Free Bandit. Oh yeah, let's talk about with the features real quick.
Yeah, free my bro, Free Bandit. He locked up right now, but yeah, definitely. I got a couple features on there. I'm saying I got Trav on there. I'm saying I got my bro Dex Lauper on there. I got bro Steady right here on there. I got all my mess boys on there.
You spit too, bro?
Yeah, definitely.
That's like quiet.
He got heat. Don't worry, he just quiet for right now. Yeah, I gonna hear him too. He also got a solo mixtape he got going on. I'm saying, so yeah,
definitely tune in on that.
There's a whole lot of things going on. And I got my homegirl right there, Leota Show, man. She got heat. You know what I'm saying? Y'all gonna hear her too. Yeah, she got fire.
We gonna get mess. We gonna get mess in the building.
Yeah, definitely. Everybody in here rap.
Yeah, everybody gonna show
everybody
up.
that came with rap.
We gonna get everybody in here personal time. Everybody gonna get their own flyers and all that. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry, bro. I'm gonna make sure I send y'all in advance. I've been caught up.
Nah, ain't worry about that. I'm here.
Yeah,
I'm coming through regardless. It don't even matter. Flyer, no flyer.
So we got Pour Up, Free Branded.
Yeah, definitely.
What's that about?
Well. Shit, we just having fun. We just having fun on that. Yeah, definitely. You know what I'm saying? We just linked up in the studio, put the heat together. That's it. It's produced by my bro Johnny Ice too. Yeah, definitely. So let's get right into it.
I'm finna snap on these niggas. All for real. You did. I cannot help it, I'm ballin'. All these folks callin', they gon' faucet. Double cup up in the foreign, bitches is foreign, having an orgy. All of my bitches is gorgeous, counting my baby, getting up boarded down. I'm trapping, I'm still in the band, I'm whipping the cage, the house is boarded down. I cannot help it, I'm ballin'. All these folks callin', they gon' faucet. Double cup up in the foreign, bitches is foreign, having an orgy. All of my bitches is gorgeous, counting my baby, getting up boarded down. I'm trapping, I'm still in the band, I'm whipping the cage, the house is boarded down. When she shining for fun like binoculars, so these niggas do ain't stopping a nigga. Niggas on area feel like metropolis, doing with us, you what I'm doing, nigga. Time fulfill with high tech with a tech, I goes back and down, don't give a fuck about you niggas. Since then they call me a criminal, nigga. Not playing cards, but I'm dealing my nigga. Nigga fresh even in slippers. Your bitch, she stripping my tipper. Used to bust traps in the alleyway, nigga look like I stuck it in the freezer. On the bitch when I seen her, then I skirt up a 750 Beamer. Pull up my bro on the team, never switch up like a season. Hoping no reason, nigga, we geeking. Niggas I run up on you and start tweaking. Pull up a lip like you bleeding. Shit with the shit when I'm breathing. I come through sugar my soul like I'm Lancelot. You niggas just dance a lot. The come with the horses thinking I prance a lot. You niggas vagina twat. I cannot help it, I'm ballin'. All these folks callin', they gon' faucet. Double cup up in the foreign, bitches is foreign, having an orgy. All of my bitches is gorgeous, counting my baby, getting up boarded down. I'm trapping, I'm still in the band, I'm whipping the cage, and house was boarded down. I cannot help it, I'm fashion, cook as I last, can run up, I'm blasting. Shorty, I stop it, I smash it, hit it, I pass it, fuck without asking. Talking that shit, get you hit with that fire, put that little boy in a casket. Whip body whip, I'm in traffic. Money stretching like elastic. I do this shit for real. What's with the drink, the lean excel. I get this shit with no deal. Yeah, man, jump up on the hill, you did. Once I deal on these mills. Neck cold, give you chills, you did. Shorty, can give a pills, you did. Fuck 12, never talk to pigs. I cannot help it, I'm ballin'. All these folks callin', they gon' faucet. Double cup up in the foreign, bitches is foreign, having an orgy. All of my bitches is gorgeous, counting my baby, getting up boarded down. I'm trapping, I'm still in the band, I'm whipping the cage, and house was boarded down. I cannot help it, I'm ballin'. All these folks callin', they gon' faucet. Double cup up in the foreign, bitches is foreign, having an orgy. bitches is gorgeous. Counting my baby, getting up, board it down. I'm trapping, I'm still in the band, whipping the cage and I'm board it down, board it down, board it down, board it down, board it down.
Yeah, I already know it's Mr. Alexander in the building. We just finished listening to Drew Bino Free Bandit Pour Up. That joint fire,
Good looking, appreciate it.
That joint definitely heat right there.
Definitely
You got visuals for that or nah?
Nah.
Coming soon.
Yo,
listen, I just bought mad equipment and all. I bought the shit that you, know what I mean?
I ain't gonna lie, I would have been shot that video, but he just got locked up, so.
Alright.
I'm
We gotta go visit. We gotta go visit him with a GoPro.
That would be hard.
That'd be hard.
That would definitely be hard.
You walk in with
not letting
that'd
that
be crazy.
They're not letting that
through.
through.
Not letting that through at all.
They gonna think that's some other shit. Yeah, it's a fact. That's a super fact.
Yeah, that's sure.
Yo, so what you think about? I mean, I know you versatile with your music, so I guess I'm assuming that you switch it up on all levels and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
But what do you think about the way music is heading in today's times? You know, there's the mumble rappers, but I think it's evolving a little bit more though. I don't even like there's a collective of artists that's not really mumble rapping no more.
Everything got to evolve.
I mean, everything just evolved. You know, this is different eras.
But you digging it? Are you digging this? Is it cool for the culture? We got the old heads who's definitely not jacking it at all. Are we riding with the old heads, respecting the OGs? Are we on something, you know what I mean? Sit down and let us do us. One thing I'm concerned about my kids, my future. Like, I can't play nothing like, hear this shit. Like, what you know about this?
Popping pills.
Yeah, what I'm going to play for them?
I just like the music, man.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. I just like good music personally. Like, it don't matter what you're talking about. It's really about expressing yourself at the end of the day.
We got to call it.
I like it personally, but would I do it? Like, nah. I mean, I can. Like, I might do it one day for the hell of it.
Who can't?
Who can? It's man easy, but I mean, I respect everything about music personally. I just like good music all around.
So, like you said, it's easy to do. Do you think it's okay? Like, like for instance, fuck it, it's easy to do it. I could do it. Let me just do it. Like, even though this may not be me, this is not really what I want to do. Like, I know certain artists battle with, let me put out what's hot and what's trending right now so I could get on, and let me just keep it to me and stay underground type shit. That ain't your situation.
How can I say it? I mean, I guess it's alright to take the easy way if you can.
Yeah.
Why not? Some people like to be versatile. Some people like to actually think hard with their music and really go all out. But if they know they could probably say who and blah blah and just make $1 million, then I guess why not? I don't know.
I mean, Future said fake it till you make it. He with that. He said he faked the floss and all that. Like, he already came in appearing as if he was already somebody, and people just kind of gravitated towards that.
I say,
and then the shit came.
I say it's not all that cool, but I guess fake it till you make it, but don't turn fake. I guess
that's official. Everybody got to play a role, right? You can't go into work acting all.
Not that I'm doing it. I ain't doing it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But
100
for whoever is doing it, if it works for you, then
yeah. I mean, some people, it's hard, man. Whatchamacallit with the did you enter yourself in the Hot 97 Who's Next joint? You heard about it?
Yeah, I hear about it, but no,
what I like about it is, like, you gotta think about the times and how they reinvent and how we communicate, how we go about certain things, and how we select new music and whatnot. So they're using the social media. They pretty much is like, you put your music up on Facebook. They're doing everything through the Facebook Messenger and whatnot. And it's pretty much, they send you a link to the song, whether it's SoundCloud or a video, and you put if it's trash, if it's alright, or you put like the emoji fire. You feel me? So it's interactive. It's with the times. Everybody's doing it. But then it's the side of you putting your music, and then you can also be a curator. And that's the hardest part, to be a curator, because you'll be like, "Oh, this song is trash," and mad people's like, "No, it's fire." and then you sometimes you try to trick yourself, like, "Nah, people might say this is hot," and then you put it, and they be like, "Nah, you're trash, bro." like they say you're trash because you said the song was hot. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, it got to a point where, am I trying to guess what the people may like? Or am I just gonna put what I like? Like, I'm gonna choose if this is trash to me or not, because you also trying to get high up on the curator list. Because I don't know, they might make you a A&R or something like that.
Yeah.
But it's like, yo, it's mad hard with the times. Like, I think everybody conflicted on which way they want music to go or what they like.
I mean, I could probably say it's a little bit more harder on actual rappers. A little bit. You know what I'm saying? But
Post Malone said, "Do not listen to hip hop if you're looking for content." What you think about that?
don't listen for hip hop if you're looking for content.
He wild. You spoke to that man?
Yeah,
My son wild.
There's definitely content in hip hop.
I don't know what he's talking about that, but
That's what hip hop is.
shout out to him though. He's doing his thing, but I don't know what he's talking about that. It's definitely, how's there no content in hip hop? That's strange.
That's wild.
That's where the most content is at to me personally.
Who are your influences?
Like musical influences.
I want to know, like, who was you listening to that got you kind of into the game, and who would you say you listening to now? Like new.
Who I used to listen to, Stack Bundles,
Stacks,
Biggie, Nas, DMX. I used to actually listen to DMX a lot.
Heavy?
Yeah,
man.
I used to look at him like one of the top MCs,
That Damien track?
Huh?
That Damien track?
I don't know what track is that one.
Nah, it's he talking to the devil and shit. It's going back. That
Shit.
joint hard. Check that out. That joint hard. Yeah.
Shit, I ain't even hear that one. I think.
That joint hard.
I used to listen to DMX a lot. Like what I listen to now, like I listen to what's new now personally, just to keep in tune.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, like Moneybag Yo's and shit like that. But
some Moneybag.
I really listen to my niggas though. Like
who your niggas?
Like Whoopty, Steady. I'm just saying, like, I really listen to my gang majority of the time. People close to me. I listen to Belly a lot too. Definitely.
Okay.
Yeah, he's fire to me.
What's your situation with Belly?
That's my bro.
How y'all linked up?
We really linked up through Slow. I don't know if you know Slow Bucks.
Oh, Slow Bucks.
We really linked up through Slow. Like,
what he doing now?
Slow.
Yeah.
Just moving and grooving. He all over the place
the
too.
The clothes still moving, or is he invested in other stuff?
I'm not too sure.
Yeah.
I never really spoke with him about that.
It's been a minute since I seen some Slow Bucks.
Yeah.
It's been a minute.
I don't think the Slow Bucks brand is really going like that no more. But he's still
slowed the fuck
he's still
down.
definitely doing his thing. He's definitely moving.
Shout out to Slow Bucks. Man.
Yeah, definitely. That's how we really linked up with him though. I'm saying, it's big, bro.
What's the plan for 2018? I know you're about to drop this alleged 19 track project. Allegedly.
Might be 19, depending on how I feel.
It's a good number.
Yeah.
But what's the personal goals for life? Like,
just level up.
Level up.
Get me and my family away from this place, man.
Yeah, that's a fact.
That's it. I'm tired of seeing the shit I see every day. That's it. That's what to get away from. I want to see something new.
That's a fact. All my peoples get some real estate, some property, some land.
Yeah, definitely. I want property all over the place, all over the world.
Keep paying the white man to live. That shit crazy.
Yeah, strange. Trying to get away from that. You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact.
Or better living for the peoples. That's all I'm trying to do. 2018. Yeah. Stay out of jail.
Yo,
that right there is the main goal.
That's modern genocide right there.
Yeah, stay the hell away from there.
They trying to get us.
Yeah.
Any words for the people? Some words of advice, really. I mean, here, say what you mean.
Yeah.
We definitely, because the ultimate goal is to send a message through.
Yeah.
Because we don't. I mean, we do talk a little crazy on here but ain't no cursing and whatnot. There's no filter. But at the end of the day, we still try to reach the youth. But we keep it real with them. It's keeping it real. But at the same time, we try to send a message like, this is what we do. But there's better ways. There's different outlets. Yeah. There's certain ways to go about things. There's perspectives in life and whatnot. So you being an artist, you being an entertainer, you being a black man, you being a person in general moving in society and the way things go about. Just tell another young man how to keep his head on straight here.
I'll just say stay focused, man. At the end of the day, it's going to be a whole lot of roadblocks, a whole lot of things trying to stop you from what you're trying to do in life, but you just got to just rise above it. You know what I'm saying? Just pass all them walls trying to stop you and just keep it moving, really. I never thought I'd really be a rapper like that. You know what I'm saying? I just kind of like taught myself, like, I just kind of just applied to this shit, like, and really just tunnel vision to this shit and taught myself how to rap. Like, I couldn't rap like this in 2007. You know what I mean? Like, people ain't really even want to hear me like that. It was like, yo, you whack, nigga. You know what I'm saying? So I just kept it moving. I ain't let none of that extra shit bother me or nothing like that. I just kept it going, stayed focused, and just always think about what I want to change in life. That kept me going. So I'll say just, like, stay focused and just tunnel vision to your goals. Just keep it moving. Don't let nothing block you.
That's key right there. That's key. Yeah. I got to repeat. Stay focused, tunnel vision.
Yeah, definitely.
And you gotta create goals. Have goals, write them shits down, and effectively implement them in whatever you're doing. Whatever you're passionate, find it. Everybody got an opportunity to be great on this earth. Like, whatever it is that you want to do, you could be great at that. Like, if you want to collect dust, you could be the greatest dust collector. You know what I'm saying? Like, real shit.
Dust, boy.
You know what I'm saying? That's what you want to do. Type shit. We're going to get to your next track, Dope Man. But before we do that, give a shout out to anybody you want to shout out. We got people watching on the Ustream. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, mama.
Everybody live.
Nah, let me shout out my people. Shout out my rest of my mess boys, all my mess boys, everybody that support me, my hood. Shout out all my guys, Free Ball. Shout out Whoopty. Shout out Slow, Belly, everybody. You know what I mean, everybody that hold me down in my team. Shout out everybody. Thank y'all for everything. You know what I'm saying. Wow.
Say What You Mean Radio. Drew Bino on the
building. Lord, on the way.
Mess boys.
Get ready.
About to play Dope Man.
It's my single too, by the way. I've been pushing this in every club and all that crazy.
A word?
Yeah, everybody been jacking this crazy.
Alright, man. Produced by Easy Euro.
Yeah, Easy European.
European. He out there? He European for real?
Nah, I don't know.
He just got foreign.
I know I think he Haitian or something.
Oh, alright.
Yeah, but that's my bro. He did most of the, like, production on that.
Alright, no doubt. I'm also all about giving shout outs to other behind the scenes people who do camera.
The people that matter the most.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? The groundwork people, shout them out, man. Shout them out.
The behind the scenes people, they definitely matter. Shout out every producer on this table. Shout out everybody, definitely.
Amen. Dope, man.
Get to that money is calling. All of that money is calling. All that money you be calling me. TG. Miss Boy. I'm a dope man, used to stash the work inside the cocaine. Oh man, I'm on top of legends cause of Joe Sam.